Hey everybody, welcome back. I hope you've been doing well. Right now filming this while I'm on holiday and I'm in my new camper van. Yeah, okay. So funny thing is, we are now in Germany visiting Wevelsburg. We tried to get in, both of us together, me and my partner, with the doggy, but we understand they don't allow doggies there. So I am currently, I told him to go first. It allowed me to film my first video while I'm away. And I'm here with doggy in the van with enough fans going, etc. So that, yeah, she's not alone and she won't, get too warm in here because that can be really dangerous. And she's 10 years old, so we realized that our dog now doesn't really do too well in the heat. Never did, but now more than ever. And so this is going to be the video, which decks did I bring on holiday and why? Because Germany is just on the way to our destination, which is Sweden. Now, why Sweden? I'm going to explain to you in a second, and then we'll get into the tarot decks that I brought with me. Why Sweden? Because this is our first holiday with this new van, and we're really excited about it. Everything is so nice, so much better than our old one, even though that was somehow more iconic. That was a Volkswagen T3, and this one is just a good old Sprinter van that is converted, but it is converted well. We like it. It's very simple, but it's what we wanted. So we wanted to go on holiday with our doggy and with the camper van. And we realized after booking a few tickets actually already, we hadn't checked, that this breed of dog isn't allowed in quite a lot of countries, actually. She's an American Stafford mix, sort of. And so in many countries, she is considered a dangerous dog, including France. I'm half French and I had no idea, but it would basically be illegal to bring an American Stafford to France. And then also there's laws in Belgium. And then also the UK. Maybe that was naive of me, but I really didn't think UK would be so weird about dog breeds. I mean, in a way it is discrimination, isn't it? What did she ever do to you, It's just the race of the dog. So, yeah, I don't know. When are they ever going to change that back to just everybody's allowed to have the dog they want? I don't know. Because they're not dangerous dogs, right? They just have a lot of energy, and yes, they're strong, but they also really have that will to please, which many other dogs do not have. So it's actually easy to train them, but you have to be firm, Anyway, the weird law in England is that, and then England and Scotland, because we wanted to go to Scotland, there's wild camping there, just like in Sweden. Reason why that was our second choice. It isn't really a law or a rule. So the thing is, in France at least, they're very clear about it. No pit bulls, American Staffords, and a few other dog breeds. Considered dangerous dogs, not allowed in the country. All right. It's already scary enough to think that if you meet the wrong person, they might actually take your dog and kill your dog. Like, I would not recover from that. And neither would my partner. We both had a little tiny panic attack reading that. No, they might not do it, I haven't seen stories about that on the internet, for instance. They might just send you back. But either way, your holiday is ruined. Holiday, aka life, is ruined if they kill your dog, Okay, but I wanted to say that's very clear. Whereas in the UK, in the whole of the UK, the rule is if your dog looks like a pit bull or pit bull mix, then they might take your dog and do the same thing or just not allow you in the country. If your dog looks like it, so that's an opinion, that's what kind of rule is that? If you have a poodle and it looks like a pit bull a little bit in the face, you might get in trouble. for bringing that dog. You know what I mean? So can somebody tell me what the logic behind that is? We didn't want to risk it. We did not want to risk it. So turns out we're going to Sweden, baby. And I know it's going to be great. We've seen some things. We like just nature. We want to do the wild camping thing. So not too much trouble trying to find a place to sleep every time, you know, because we're going to be parking and sleeping in the van. So we want to do it as legally as possible, even though this one is so stealth. I love it. Okay, but yeah, that's the story behind why we've decided to go to Sweden. I mean, I've never been. First choice was to go to Corsica because I've been saying that for the longest time. It was one of my goals this year of 2023 to visit Corsica, but as two beginner drivers and this kind of big van, it's small for a van, but still it's bigger than a small car that everybody else drives. To go in the mountains with the ravine right there, no, that was too scary for me. So no Corsica. Then we decided south of France. That's when we realized our dog isn't allowed there. What are we going to do for 2 weeks with our dog? You know, we don't have friends in Amsterdam who can or want to, of course we understand, have this dog for 2 weeks straight. And then the what's it called, like the people who do that for their jobs, often that is a thing in Holland, they don't allow pit bull kinds. So I mean, I wasn't aware of all these rules, man, because Holland, little did we know, is very cool about dog breeds. There are no rules regarding what type of dog you're allowed to have. That's very free, and we're thankful. So that's why, and also because, you know, we love our baby, so we want her to come with us, especially when we're visiting these cool nature spots, to bring her along. Makes sense. And she's nice, she loves to cuddle, so it's great. And we go on these long walks, it's perfect. Hartje neer. She's protecting our van. Let me think. Okay, south of France, no go. Then I figured I always wanted to visit Scotland. That's amazing. We've been there last year visiting Edinburgh, just my partner and I, for 4 days. It was so cool that we wanted to see basically the rest of Scotland. Then we realized the UK dog rule, so no. And unfortunately, I hadn't checked before I already booked ferry tickets. So we're gonna have to go sometime this year, which isn't a bad thing, of course. Oh, we have to go on a second holiday. Poor us. But we did waste a lot of money doing that. Anyway, now we are here in Germany and going to Sweden pretty soon. So yeah, I think it's gonna be great. Let's finally get into the decks I brought with me. Now you already know, if you've seen the last video, Triomphe della Luna, I have the blue and Paradoxical Classic deck together, so I can show you which blue cards I brought. So here you can see King of Cups. It's gorgeous in blue. I chose the Judgment, and I made sure to bring 3 of every suit, and then 4 court cards, and then I think I have almost like 10, yeah, I think it's 10 majors, just to bring sort of a balance to the deck, so that when you might see that you're about to pull a blue card that you don't know, you know, you can't guess, basically. I really love this blue hermit. Reminds me of an elephant, and I love elephants. Blue moon. Yeah, I love this so much. And it's so cool to have your favorite deck in different colorways. I wish I'd known this earlier, because, or sooner, because I feel my eyes reacting to it differently. Do you know what I mean? Oh, love her. And I love this blue sword. Definitely. the Bacchus. I really like German beer, even though he's a god of wine. I have the Blue Death. I have the Six of Swords, which for some reason I love in blue. Yes, I did choose the Knight of Swords, my stalker card, or repeat card rather, right? I don't know, it's funny because, let me explain. Here's the fourth court card. I first chose these three. So I have King of Cups, Queen of Wands, right? Different suit. And then the Knight of Coins. Oh, did I do that? Okay, for a second there, I thought I had brought two Knights of Swords or two Knights of Coins, but turns out I did not. I just didn't do what I thought I did with the court cards. Having a King of Cups, then having a Queen of Wands, then having a Knight of Swords, and then a Page of Coins. Because Page of Coins is right here in the classic paradoxical. I have all my pages here. They're all just the classic kind. Then I have all my queens, and just the wands one is spirit, is blue. I have all my kings, and just the cups one is blue. I don't know why I did that. And then I have my knights. Two of them are blue. Okay, so that apparently is my deck. Well, good to know I don't have to change anything and I can just read the cards as they come up. Okay. So this, of course, was of course you're gonna bring that deck, you know? I want to bring my favorite deck, and actually for sentimental value, I almost brought my actual favorite, you know, like the first deck, my first deck, my actual Triomphe, but then I decided against it, and instead of just bringing the blue, I mixed up a deck, and so far I really like it. Then I brought my other favorite deck, which is Crow's Magic, and of course this is then my travel deck. So yeah, it is a bit of a controversial deck, so it seems, even though I don't think copyright works in the way that most people think, but I'm not gonna, I guess I don't know, okay? I don't know everything, but this deck exists, and I freaking love it. So, I brought this deck because it's my favorite one. I love it. It makes me feel me, like I'm allowed to be. I have Crow's Magic, same reason, really. They're both weirdos. But this is, of course, a much warmer color palette. At the same time, it's even darker. And, I mean, Crow's Magic, my original Crow's Magic, and this one too, I guess. I mean, it's my only dedicated deck, dedicated to a sort of a deity or entity that I work with. And I hear their voice through these cards. And so this is a very spiritual, extra spiritual, I guess, experience than any other sort of regular tarot deck, you might say. Even though this can still be used as a regular tarot deck, but King of Cups. And then it says Diviner Sage. Yeah, this confirms for me today that I can trust my intuition, but that I also need to be quite firm and understanding of not only my feelings, but the feelings of people and creatures around me. Definitely trust also the thing that is intuition, but can also be a little more than that. Third deck I brought is another one of my top 5. So this is the first edition of the Ritual Tarot. And my man is coming back. Cool. But let me just quickly tell you this. I love this now, okay? I know that the second and third printing are better quality stock, but this old stock, I still adore shuffling and holding. So I don't know what it is, but it feels great to have this one with me. Also, it's very, very, what's it called? Like close to nature, if you've seen my first review of this deck. And so, of course, I'm going to be using the hell out of this because it's just, I love it. I don't know how else to say. It's so close to nature and it reads so well. It combines different systems that I like to read. And the collage is just, I guess, right up my alley. So, yeah, I really love this one for the van, basically, because I have the one with the Lust card, which is my favorite out of all three versions, at home. Then I have the second edition. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it. Maybe that's going to be basically my backup deck for the third one. And then, or printing, I don't even know. But then I have this first edition with the stock that people didn't really like. But I find now that actually I do appreciate in its own way. I have this one in the van, so why not, you know? I think that's really such a damn luxury. Little extra insert because I forgot about this one because it's in my bag that I bring everywhere. I also brought my Dutch toss deck. You know, the one that I just have a rubber band around. Just did a reading with it this morning. Just so you know, I also have that one and you know what it looks like. So there.
Okay, folks, just butting in. It's the next day. We're somewhere else in Germany. And I just wanted to make some little things clear why we even visited Wevelsburg. Obviously, it's a place with a really dark history, Nazi Germany, etc. But the castle had a history before that, right? And so, apparently, if my sources are correct, the castle is placed on a ley line. And that is one of the reasons, allegedly, that the SS chose Wevelsburg for their sort of occult headquarters. A spiritual headquarters is what they were trying to make out of that place. Because it was all unfinished, they didn't get the chance to actually do it. But there's a lot of occult symbolism in the SS anyway, right? They used a lot of runes. They used a lot of symbols that weren't theirs in the first place or originally. And now, just like the swastika itself, turned a little sideways and it will forever be associated with just horrific things, right? Horrific history. History is there for us to learn from, and also maybe in some way we're trying to figure out what they were trying to do in the first place there, and why these occult spiritual headquarters actually were a thing of Nazi Germany. At the time, apparently, it was very common to consult an astrologer or to have an astrologer on your team, basically, to inform you on when to make certain moves. But this went further than that. So, what did they know? What were they using? They never really got to do it, I believe. And that's basically it, guys. That's all I have to add to the video. So, I want you to know that it was an interesting place to visit, for sure. There's two tours kind of thing. One thing, when you get into the castle, you pay like €3 to learn about the history of the castle, besides the SS. And the other one is for free because it's memorial. It takes you to that room of the Black Sun and that eternal flame dome kind of cellar. So we weren't allowed to film there, of course, respectfully. And yeah, that's all I have to add for now.
That was it. That was this chaotic video. I hope you enjoyed and have a nice weekend. I'll see you all next week. Bye.